We are Roger, Jennifer, and this is Meredith Goldman. Our son Philip has sleepover last night, so he's at his friend's house. At the end of Justin's sermon, he said, "What would God have me do right now?" And apparently, God would have us standing up here telling you why we pledge to Christ Church. Not my plan, God's plan. We were also hoping that since there's a 1 o'clock Jaguars game, that it would be a light crowd. That didn't work out either. Jennifer and I got married a little over about 13 and a half years ago, and we decided that we were going to find a church home together. We were in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the time, and we decided on St. John's Episcopal Church in Tulsa. And our son Philip attended confirmation classes with us in his baby carrier. And we decided at that time that we were going to make a commitment to make a financial pledge to church as well as just our time and talent. And it's made all the difference for us. We moved here unexpectedly about 7 years ago, and this was the first place that Jennifer came, and it's been a wonderful place for us, and I'm going to let her tell you about that.
Hi. As Roger said, about 7 years ago, we moved here unexpectedly, and I would like to say that I was excited and full of faith, but really I came kicking and screaming. We had a great life in Tulsa and had been there 20 years, lots of friends and family, a great church community, and I was very scared to leave all of that. And as Father Justin mentioned, during times of moves and anxiety, it becomes all about me. And so when we first got here, I was, feeling a lot of loss and a little bit like a victim for having to move. And the first thing I did was go to a mom's meeting. It was a journey group for the Ministry of Mom Sharing. And that's where I met so many of my friends that I still have now. In fact, we're going on a retreat this weekend. It's going to be fabulous. But from the minute we stepped into Christ Church, that became really, it took me from a great sense of loss to a really important sense of thanksgiving and joy. And so I kind of look at it as our spiritual journey even when we were in our Episcopal Church in Tulsa. I think we went from attending and going to church and thinking of it as a place to go and worship. And then, as Roger mentioned, when we decided that we wanted to make the commitment to make a financial pledge as well as our time, it became more of we were contributing to something and more like a, donation giving. But once we experienced everything here that Christ Church had to offer, I think we moved in our spiritual journey from going to church and then giving to church to being the church. And Meredith and I were talking last night, and we thought about a song that they sang a lot in the 3-year-old kindergarten that says, I am the church, you are the church, we are the church together. It's not a steeple, it's not a building, the church is a people. And that really kind of represents, I think, to us why we give our time, our talent, and yes, our treasure, because you move from going to a place to being the church, and you're all in, you're invested with everything that you have, your time, your talent, and your treasure that God has given to us. And then the last thing I wanted to say, when we were talking to Meredith last night, I said, what are your favorite parts about Christ Church? And her first 4 were Sunday school, which Roger teaches in her class, so she loves that. And then choir, where she sings her heart out every Sunday at the 9 o'clock service. And then breakfast, Sunday morning breakfast made the top 4. And then trunk or treat, which with Halloween coming up, you can understand that. But when you look around at all of the things that our families benefit from and all of the blessings here, it's not only those things certainly benefit us, But then you look into our community of the things that benefit BEAM, the Beaches Emergency Service, the Young Lives, the teen moms that a lot of the different ministries here get together and serve. The Al-Anon and AA meetings that take place within our church to give people hope for another day. And then beyond that, into our country and our world of mission trips and all the things. When you look at when we give our treasure, our time and our talent, God takes those and just turns so many blessings with those to so many people that we know and don't know, us and people that are around the world. So we invite you to be bold and join us in making a pledge this year to support Christ Church and our community. Thank you.
Thank you.